Welcome, Pisces. Happy New Year. It's 2022 and it's great to have your friendship and your company here. Those of you that are new, great to make your acquaintance. I hope you'll hang around and see exactly what's going on here in your chart. And speaking about friendship and acquaintances, take a look at this cluster of planets in your 11th house just as the new year commences. And I've said to all of the different star signs, the first month of the year does set the trend for the rest of the year. And look at this new moon, particularly strong in your 11th house. This is your friendships, it's your networking, it's those acquaintances that mean a lot to you, it's the profitability from your business, and most importantly, it is the life goal, what it is you aspire to as a person. What is it that's dear to your heart? What is it that you expect out of your life this year and in the years beyond? This new moon on the 3rd tends to show that you are going to perhaps even make a radical shift away from what it is you thought you wanted. You know, the new moon, especially when we've got this retrograde Venus and also the powerful influence of the destructive, rejuvenative, transformative Pluto nearby with the Sun, indicates that whatever you're doing now is really going to be something very, very new. It's not like, oh, I'm going to get a new car or, you know, I'll move house. That may be part of it, especially with Mercury here, retrograde later in the month. We'll talk about that. But this is really a huge departure from where you've been, what it is you've aspired to in life. Perhaps COVID and the events of the last couple of years have reshaped you like they have a lot of us. But it's definitely, number one, I think, apart from your life goal, we started saying this is the zone of friendship. So I think your friendships, whom you consider friends and worthy of friendship, is going to be very, very different. I think you may change the manner in which you relate to your friendships. That communication factor is very, very strong. And it's also about seeing into these people, seeing into new friends as well, and not just taking a superficial view, because, you know, you are the sign that tends to wear its heart on its sleeves. You need to look at Venus here, retrograde, ruling your 8th house of psychological aberration. You know, you may befriend people simply for the sake of helping them. You know, you just can't refuse them. And the retrograde movement of Venus here in this zone of friendships, along with these other bodies that I've just mentioned, tells us a new story is emerging, a new narrative for you, Pisces, that I think is going to be very definitive. Have a look at the full moon there, also taking place there in your 5th house, casting its influence back on the 11th house on the 18th. So this 11th house, 5th house axis is dominant by those lunations. And then, of course, we see here Mercury, which I mentioned a moment ago as well, beginning its retrograde motion there around the 15th, 16th, quickly moving back, crossing over the Sun as it moves into the 12th house. A little bit of expenditure there going on, or at least a rethink about how you're spending your money, and becoming a little more tight-fisted with that. But Mercury does move back here, back into the 11th house. And you know these retrograde planets have everything to do with a distinct reappraisal. Mercury is well known for shortchanging you on information. Decisions that are made under it may not be, you know, too savvy. And because this planet relates to your marital sector, this 7th house of your horoscope, here we see there's a connection. Marriage, 12th house of secrets, expenses, then moving back on the 26th, just as Mars has moved into this 11th house again a day or so before, to recapitulate, to bring you straight back, just as if you were starting to get distracted by all these other things in your life. It's gone, nah, Pisces, we want you back here on your vision. Get your vision board together. That may happen as the moon swings around here in the last couple of days of the month, as you can see here, which then leaves you finishing the month of January 2022 with that jam-packed 11th house again. Now that's reiterating the point I made at the outset, that I think this month, and for that matter 2022, is going to be all about redefining your goals. What is it that you want? And really it has a lot to do with courage, having the courage of your convictions. Venus, you notice here, just at the tail end of the month, goes direct. It rules your third house, as well as that 8th house I mentioned. Third house is your courage. And that gives you the impetus, along with Mars, to really go after your dreams. I think that's the important key point here, the theme for you, Pisces, throughout January 2022 and for the rest of the year. Now, I'd like you to pop on over to astrology.com.au. I've got more information there on the transits this month. I've got the full year, 3,000 words for you to contextualize what I've just said here, so you can see where it's going before I get to February next month, which I hope you'll join me for. Lots of free stuff there on the side, as you probably know. But in the meantime, don't forget to subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, and if you're new, drop me a line if you want a more detailed, personal, face-to-face reading for what's happening for you in the coming 12 months. I would love to do your reading, and that I will do in the very, very specific Vedic astrological format, which is a very unique, karmic way of looking at the horoscope. Departure from this, but very date-orientated and remedially orientated, so we can look at what sorts of things we can give you to help you overcome some of these obstructions, some of these obstacles that you may confront in the coming 12 months. Thanks for joining me again. Happy New Year. Great to have your company. I hope to see you again next month. Stay safe. Bye-bye.